Hey, everybody. Let's get rid of this overlay. Hey, everybody. It's me, John Hodgman. I'm speaking in a very calm voice because because this is just a little chill out, hangout, friend around. I see two friends in the studio right now. We're going to bring them on. It's the MaxFun Drive, everyone. I'm checking my audio settings. Why don't you check your audio settings too right now? The MaxFun Drive, of course. We make a podcast called Judge John Hodgman. Lots of other podcasts on the network. Maximum Fun is the name of the network. Podcasts all come to you for free. 0 paywalls. 0 buy-in. But 2 weeks out of every year, we ask you to pay what you can possibly pay. And that's the MaxFun Drive. Isn't that right, Jesse Thorne, founder of Maximum Fun?
You got it, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Wait, sorry. Didn't mean to talk too loud.
No, you sounded good.
Thank you.
Now,
Is this like an are we ASMR?
I don't know why I was doing that.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you again. I just had such a good time yesterday that I wanted to do it again today. And happy Max Fun Drive from Maine, says Peggy Betts in the chat.
Happy MaxFun Drive, Peggy.
Yeah, hi up there. And Minneapolis Mike says Tiger Shirt. That's you, Jesse.
That's
Jesse
me.
Tiger Shirt Thorne.
It's true.
Founder of the Maximum Fun Network. And no longer the owner, because the big news that you read about in the Los Angeles Times is that if not today, then maybe tomorrow or very soon, Maximum Fun will become an employee-owned cooperative. Is that correct, Jesse? Yay or nay?
Absolutely yay. That is 100% yay correct. We have, some final legal stuff that we're working on, but we're thinking in about a month, the keys will be handed over, so to speak.
That's fantastic. And that makes this a very special Maximum Fun Drive, or Max Fun Drive, as we like to call it. Now more than ever, we are living up to our principles of not only creator-owned, but employee-owned and audience-supported. That's you. So, if you're just joining us, this is just an impromptu host hang. We're going to have some Maximum Fun hosts in this studio and one phenomenal producer. And we're going to add them in a minute. But if you're watching this, then you're seeing it. If you are seeing it on Twitter, hello. But you can watch on Twitter, but you cannot comment. If you want to comment and get in the chat, you have to go over to my Twitch page, which is maximumfun.org/join. Let's get that out. My Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/John Hodgman, or the Judge John Hodgman Facebook page. You can comment there, and I can see your comments and interact with you, and or my YouTube page, which is my YouTube username is Areas of My Expertise. It goes back that far. YouTube's very old, like me. And I want you to comment because one of the things we did yesterday that I wanted to do a little bit more is play a little game that I call Cassie and Andor, Why Not Both? Based on the very popular Star. I'm going to explain this to John Moe because I don't think John's going to just ridicule me. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm just enjoying the dulcet tones. It's just a festival of dulcet tones, which I like quite a bit.
Yeah, well, John, you are the host of the brand new Max Fun podcast, Sleeping with Celebrities.
Yes.
Which is all about dulcet tones, quiet little things to help you fall asleep. Hey, Jesse Thorne went away. Maybe he'll bop back in a minute.
Could be.
Luckily, we have you here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes. So tell me about Sleeping with Celebrities.
Well, there are many sleep aid podcasts out there in the world, and there are several celebrity interview podcasts in the world.
Right.
But I saw a need for a sleep aid celebrity interview program. So, for instance, we brought on our mutual good friend, Mr. Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman, the author, the famous author.
Yes, writer of fictions and spooky things.
Yes.
And I think most people would want to interview Neil about his stories about spooky things, but instead we talked to Neil for an hour about live culture food preparation, making kombucha and sourdough bagels with his sourdough starter. We have Maria Bamford on the show tomorrow. She's going to talk about her bad parking habits around Los Angeles.
Yes.
And so
just quiet conversations about not boring things, but
just
meditative things,
ruminative things,
ruminative,
just enough to keep you interested and keep you away from your swirling anxiety thoughts.
Right.
But not so interesting that you'll stay awake.
And in fact, one of my greatest hobbies of all time came about because of your initial podcast.
Yes.
Which was a MaxFun bonus content episode of Depresh Mode.
Yes.
Where you invited people that you knew, some of them of some renown, to describe something boring. And I talked to you about how I like to play SimCity. And I played SimCity live with you in a sort of Bob Ross style. And a lot of people fell asleep, and it's been a big hit.
I often bring up that, because Sleeping with Celebrities was born out of bonus content, which, if you join even at the $5 a month level, you get access to all the MaxFun bonus content.
Listen to this guy. This guy's
an
old public radio hand.
20 years, man. So I often bring up the conversation I had with you before we even started taping that, where I said, John, do you have something fairly dull that you're interested in that can fill up 20 minutes? And what you said was, we're going to be here a lot longer than that.
I have continued to live stream my SimCity games, and I might show my progress a little later on in the stream. But look, we've got some friends here, so let's add them in. Here it comes. It's going to be a host crowd. Boom. There's J. Keith Van Stratton. Boom. That's Jennifer Marmer. She's not a host, but she's an incredible producer of Judge John Hodgman. Boom, there's Carrie Poppy of Oh No, Ross and Carrie.
Hey,
and then, of course, here's Jesse Thorne of Bullseye, Jordan Jesse Go, and, of course, the Judge John Hodgman podcast. Listen, my friends, hello. So yesterday we played a game that Jesse Thorne is very dismissive of.
What isn't he dismissive of? The name of the game.
Oh, there's Carrie's dog. Hi.
Puppy.
Remind me of the name of your dog. Ella, of course. Ella, of course, which is a good title for a thing. Ella, of course, is a good title for a rom-com.
Your dog isn't named Carrie Puppy?
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Missed opportunity 15 years in.
Strike one for you, though. Strike one. He's already showing himself out. Good.
John, maybe we should name the game that.
What's that? Carrie Puppy?
Damn.
No, if people want to come up with a different game that goes with Carrie Puppy or Ella, of course. This game is called Cassie and Andor. Why not both? And it's
okay.
It's based on the famous Star Wars show Andor. Now, John, have you seen Andor?
I have never seen. I think I saw the first 10 minutes of one episode. Meant to get back to it.
All right, let me tell you what it's about. It's about a space wizard named Cassian Andor, who goes from planet to planet and sometimes Earth, granting magical wishes.
Sure.
And he comes to you, and he says, "Look, John Moe, you can make a wish that will change your life for the better, or the lives of everyone for the better." Only good wishes, no bad wishes, no evil wishes.
Okay.
So you can, and I think that we have a world that needs improvement. So this is a lot of power that the space wizard is going to give you.
Yeah.
The problem is that you have to take something that normally goes together, like macaroni and cheese, and instead of you have to or it. In other words, J. Keith is nodding along. He loves games. He's figuring out.
I do enjoy games. I was worried about the whole sci-fi thing because I don't know anything about that.
No. Don't worry. Beat the Geeks days are long over.
Whew.
So the point is, you got to separate them. The things that go together, you have to separate them. You have to give up one forever. You do, not the world. You do. So I say macaroni and cheese. Put a pin in that for a second. I love people in the chat to come up with other options. It has to be blank and blank. Very common, like cookies and cream or anything like that. Do some brainstorming for me in the chat, please, because I meant to prepare something and I forgot. So listen, but I can run. We're going to go around the horn, and this is one that was very controversial yesterday, and we're going to talk about it now. Two great tastes that go great together: the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, chocolate and peanut butter. You have to give up one forever to get your wish, and what the wish is doesn't matter because it's a fantasy. One or the other. John Moe, do you have something in mind? Do you have a gut reaction?
Oh yeah,
It doesn't have to be a final answer.
This is simple. You give up peanut butter. There are other ways to acquire your proteins and your fats and your salts. There is peanuts. There is the attempt that 2 out of my 3 children made when they were under the age of 5, which is, if we're out of peanut butter, get some peanuts and some butter and press them. So years apart, independently, both, 2 of my 3 children, not the smart one apparently, but the other 2 did attempt this. So yeah, I keep the chocolate. I give up the peanut butter. I don't look back.
J. Keith Van Stratton, what is your reaction?
Sorry, am I supposed to react to the peanut butter and chocolate part, or am I supposed to come up with my own something?
No.
We're
going around the horn.
Pick peanut butter or chocolate, J. Keith.
That's what I was clarifying. Thank you so much. Well, it's
We got to get a game show host.
You have to give it for the rest of your life.
Look, I'm more of a host than a contestant or a panelist. But the rest of my life, I think I would rather give up chocolate. So I would keep peanut butter. Yeah, Carrie, deal with it.
All right, Carrie. We're going to get
to
Carrie.
You knew me. You
thought
thought
you
you
knew
knew
Carrie
me.
in 1 second. Jennifer Marmer, what is your choice?
Easy. I give up peanut butter.
More for me.
Final answer.
All right, Carrie, you agree?
Yeah, 100% peanut butter. Peanut butter, okay. You can get almond butter. You can get sunflower butter. You can get you can replace this with any number of things.
Look at Moneybank's airline over here.
Chocolate. You try to replace chocolate and you end up with like carob. It's not a lateral move. Everybody's upset. No go.
All right, let's say.
And I'm gonna put out there, because I eat a lot of cashew butter. If I had to give up any nut butter, I still would give up all nut butters to keep chocolate.
That's what I was just about to say. Cassie and ANDOR waves his magic lightsaber and says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! All nut butters are out of the space window. You don't get to just lateral move over to cashew nut or whatever. If all nut butters are out of the ballpark for you, Carrie, you still pick chocolate. You need to get.
Yeah, it's also better.
As a vegan, you have certain sources of protein you must rely on. Nuts must be a big part of it.
Actually, nuts make my mouth itchy, so I don't eat that many nuts.
Oh, makes
what do you
it
think
easy.
of that?
All right. Wow.
But chocolate is, if you want chocolate and you don't get it, there is nothing that's going to take its place that you're going to be like, that was basically as good.
Right.
Would you say, Carrie, that if someone gives you the chocolate, no one will get hurt?
I wouldn't say that, but Target and Marshalls would both say that.
Got it.
Just want to point out, first of all, there's a message for Jennifer Marmer in the chat. My now 14-year-old boy was and still is a huge Peanuts fan.
Yeah.
There you go.
He knows what's good.
That's right. And hey, here's a message for Jay Keith. I just paused the viewer tournament episode of Go Fact Yourself to watch this.
Oh, thank you so much, Christopher. Yeah, we did a special episode with 2 of our listeners as guests that's available now. It was a lot of fun, really cool, and we're going to be doing it again as part of the MaxFun Drive.
Now, look, there are probably a lot of people here because I'm hosting this thing who are familiar with the Judge John Hodgman podcast, but maybe they haven't had a chance to sample Go Fact Yourself yet. What's that all about, Jay Keith?
Oh, well, I'm so glad you asked. It is a game show where we have celebrity guests. We've had 3 of the people on this call have been on the show. John Hodgman and Jesse Thorne and Carrie Poppy have all been guests before. So we have guests choose topics that they know and love. We pick one of them to give them a quiz about, and then we bring on a surprise expert in that topic to discuss it and see how they did on their quiz. It's super fun. And we're on the Maximum Fun Network. I think it's fun.
I think it's fun. When I went on Jay Keith's show,
yeah,
I provided some topics. He chose the San Francisco Giants, and I got to meet Hall of Fame San Francisco Giants play-by-play announcer John Miller, which was a real thrill. Plus, I got to meet a weirdo who's part owner of the Giants, who is in Jay Keith's producer's trivia night at a bar.
Yes.
Which
and
I
what
also really enjoyed. That guy was wearing his championship rings to the event. Loved everything about it.
And what is the BOCO the bonus content that this person paused to see us here?
That's not. We originally did this listener tournament where people who supported us in the Max Fun Drive last year got a chance to enter a tournament, going through all sorts of games and puzzles to become the 2 final listeners to be on an episode. We were going to release that as bonus content, and it turned out so great. We made a full episode and released that on our free feed, and it is available now.
Fantastic.
It's pretty great. There's some, as Carrie will attest, sometimes our show can have a little emotion as well. And you will hear some of that in this episode for sure.
And Carrie, you are the co-host of a show called Oh No, Ross and Carrie. You are Carrie in the title.
Yes, very lucky.
And this is
that I happen to match the title, which was already chosen.
That's right. And you have not transformed Ross, your co-host, into a dog, but in fact that is Ella, of course.
That's right. Ross is off at his day job at Disney Animation, but I'm here to represent.
For those who may not be familiar with your podcast, you want to say a little bit of how you're enjoying your Max Fun Drive and what your podcast is all about?
Yeah, we're having a great Max Fun Drive. We are covering Twin Ray, which is a guru couple out of Ashland, Oregon. She claims that she is a walk-in, which means that her original personality died.
Sorry, Carrie. She says she's a walk-in?
That's right.
Like a closet?
And he's a master suite?
Yeah.
That's right.
She has 2 bedrooms and 3 baths.
It's a really old concept that used to be more popular in like the 80s, but it's this idea that your original personality died and an extraterrestrial spirit came in and filled your body, and now you're this second person. So she was in a coma and she came out as this new person and says that she's been that person ever since. And she and her husband travel the country doing talks about the masculine and the feminine and how we both need both, and sort of making a spiritual argument out of that concept. But Ross and I have uncovered who these original personalities were, and it's quite telling and interesting.
That's amazing. And I love all of your podcasts so much. I'm so happy to be part of a network with you. As you can see that my username is maximumfun.org/join. And I'm going to encourage everyone who's listening to check out these other podcasts if you haven't listened to them. And if you have listened to them, you're obviously a MaxFun super user. I'm sure you've already been to maxfun.org/join, but maybe you want to go back over there again and buy a gift membership for someone who doesn't know what they're missing, because there's a lot of great bonus content, and it helps us reach our goals. In fact, we just blew by our goal, unlocking our Shooting the Breeze episode with Jordan Morris, that our once a year cheese podcast that we're going to do. And if we hit our new goal, 2,500 for Judge John Hodgman, then I'm gonna do Get Your Pets. You're seeing a little preview of it now. I'm talking. Ella, this is what it goes like. Ella, how are you? Good. What did you do?
Okay, very good.
What did you do? I love Ella's voice.
Ella's voice.
What Ella? What did you do today?
Okay, thank you for asking. I went on a walk. I was about 1.2 miles because I have cognitive dementia. And so mommy has to take me on 2 very long walks, or else I will be awake for the entire night.
Oh my.
Okay, very good.
Oh, you're walking away. That's fantastic.
There she goes.
All right.
Yes,
well,
that's how it is. I forget what I am doing.
So I'm just going to add a little banner so everyone can remember why we're here.
It's not for that.
No, I mean, it's also like if you're watching from your desktop, you just open a new tab. Don't shut this down. Open a new tab and go to maximumfun.org/join. But the folks in the chat is very feisty. Oh, someone wants to know, what is John Moe holding?
I'm holding a pet as well. This is a guinea pig.
How did I miss it?
Named the Cheat. And the Cheat is nearly 7 years old.
Wow.
And is, I think, too stupid to remember to die, because it's very old for a guinea pig. And so I did run a brief promotion during the Max Fun Drive where if you gave during a certain hour, I would feed the cheat some leafy greens and tell her that it was from the person who donated. So I would be willing to do that again. But it seemed to be a safe space for pets, so I brought the cheat in.
That's one
Is
of
the cheat grounded?
The cheat is a fairly grounded individual, if that's what you mean. Yes.
You're worried that the cheat is going to get electrocuted by the microphone?
No, I was thinking of Homestar Runner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's
Light
a
switch
Homestar Runner
rave.
reference.
The cheat is grounded.
The cheat is grounded.
Well, then this question probably will be a little bit of a stumper for you, John Moe, perhaps. Definitely not, I think, for anyone else in this room. Probably people already have strong opinions about this. You know, when they say it's raining really hard outside, they're talking about it raining cats and dogs. Aaron Strauss wants to know cats or dogs. You have to give up one or the other for the rest of your life. Now, I think obviously this means not owning or, being a companion to a cat or a dog, but I think it also means petting. You cannot pet. You see what I mean? You have to pick one to pet. Pick one to pet.
This is secretly easy for me because my wife is allergic to cats. So we've been running a double dog cat-free household for quite some time. So I will choose dogs over cats. I will respect people who feel the other way. And I think that if we all gave up petting cats, I think the cats would be more okay with it than the dogs would be.
Right.
Because I think they have more independence.
This is not, you're not making I just want to clarify for the people who are coming next. This is not a universal decision.
I'm not wiping out cats.
You're not wiping out petting of cats altogether. You can't ever touch one again.
For me, I would choose the dog. Plus you don't have to be as careful petting a dog. You don't have to go along the grain of the hair, for instance, or find the right spot on the ear or the mouth. You could just sort of be messy with it, and it works out pretty well.
Look, you don't have to go into the whole justification. We know dogs are better than cats. We know it.
No.
I know what I picked, though.
Cake is better than pie.
First of all, I'm going to pick peanut butter. Forget it, chocolate. Get out of town. And I'm going to pick cats because I love cats better than dogs, even though dogs are better than cats. See what I mean? Jay Keith, what do you got? Cats or dogs?
This isn't even close. I mean, dogs are fine, but cats exist. If we didn't have cats, then sure, we would go to dogs. But we have cats, guys. We don't need dogs. We got cats. Cats are awesome. Cats.
Okay, Jennifer Marmer, I know that you are a dog person. Are you
I
so
dogs.
committed to your dog that you would never touch a cat again in your life?
I'm going to sound like a monster. I am not as committed to our current dog as I was our previous dog, but I'm still committed to dogs.
Wow.
No.
I'm looking better.
We're having a hard time.
Whoa.
It's a hard adjustment. I miss my old dog too much. But I still pick dogs, although I have a very soft spot for cats right now because my son, who's 3, is really into cats, desperately wants a cat. My husband's allergic. I'm kind of allergic. We're not going to have a cat in this house. Oh my God.
Wow.
Just dropped
That's
on
a
me.
cameo appearance.
That was a dogus ex machina.
No wonder you're a little iffy about this dog. It's always dropping from the ceiling onto you.
She's basically in my space all the time.
Wow. What is her name?
This is Fran.
Hi, Fran.
Oh, look at those
She's a good
eyes.
dog. I don't want to be a monster. I probably didn't need to share that, but thank you.
No, you sincerely didn't. I just had to know whether you were gonna never pet a cat again.
I know, but anyway,
you would roll your chances on another dog. Let's just say that Fran goes to college or something or leaves your house. You'd rather roll your chances on getting another dud like Fran than ever
She's not
taking giving a cat a chance.
George was just very special to me.
George was special. Fran's a dud. Sorry, Fran.
Fran's the Sammy Hagar to George's David Lee Roth.
Fran, I believe that you are still better than 99.999% of cats. Even though I pick cats. Carrie Poppy, I think we know where you stand.
Well, I have a cat and a dog.
Oh, I didn't
now
realize
it comes
that.
out. Okay.
Yeah, but obviously you favor the dog.
Her
'cause you
cat's
make
so
you-
cute.
Yeah,
What?
that's right. My cat is so cute.
I did not.
I would like to see this cat.
Golly, we'll see if she comes in. But
What's her
I
name?
have a rescued Golly.
Golly. One of the top cat names of all time. I just decided.
You said that the last time she was on your show.
I know. I'm sorry that I couldn't remember, but you know, I'm. It's good that I have a goldfish brain because then I can be delighted over and over. And
Totally. And you hear so many pet names. She's named after a character in Harriet the Spy, and she's great. And I love Golly, but objectively, categorically, dogs are better. It's just true. I mean, it's a higher highs, lower lows situation, because if you have a dog with a bad personality, oh man, you've got biting, you've got, a bigger animal pooping and peeing everywhere. Whatever the problem is, it's magnified. But you are much more likely to hit just like a stellar gold medal, perfect friend dog.
Yeah, but you have to understand that Cassian Andor has come into your house on his space motorcycle or whatever. This is personal now. This isn't the realm of the hypothetical like John Moe and Jay Keith were talking about. You're going to have to choose now between Ella and Golly. One of them's going to have to be rehomed.
Wow.
You can never,
John. Why are you doing it?
This is a real Carrie's Choice situation.
I thought it was just petting. Like, can't you own a pet and not pet the pet?
I think you're going to get a rebellion here.
With that, I mean, I don't. I mean, I know that Carrie has a partner who might be able to pet that cat, but if you were a single person, you're not allowed to pet the cat.
So we're getting rid of her pet and her partner in this scenario?
No.
Wow, this got dark.
Jeez.
Max Fun Drive used to be fun.
I'm saying you can't have a cat. You can't have a cat. I'm not saying it. Space Wizard Cassian Andor is saying it.
Right.
Right. You got to or it. It's not and this time. Which one do you rehome? Or you can say, I choose not to save the planet or have whatever.
Oh, I didn't know this was an option. Okay. So my third option is everybody else has a bad life.
Right.
Okay.
Or not has a worse life, just continues to have the life we're having. That I think we could all, on a global scale, could stand some improvement.
Oh, okay. So I by choosing A or B, I make the world not get world peace. Is that?
Yeah.
Let me suggest this possible solution, Carrie.
Okay.
You push the man from the subway platform into the path of the subway train, and he's crushed and killed. But that also derails the train, and everyone on board is also.
I picked that one.
Great.
Okay, so which have you
Okay, so I'm keeping my dog, I'm keeping my cat, but I'm pushing someone onto a subway platform.
I think fair.
Happy Max Fun Drive. We figured it out.
Everybody wins.
That really is the maximum fun.
Jesse, I think I know where you stand on this one, right?
Do you want to hear a joke that I wrote for my stand-up act that I don't have?
Yes, please.
I wrote it the other day while I was driving to a play date with Elliot Kalin. And it's my son and Elliot Kalin's son as well. It goes, hey, how many people here are, he goes, there's dog people and cat people. How many people here are dog people? How many people here are cat people? I honestly can see both sides. Dogs are friendly and loyal, and they can be a lot of fun. And cats have barbed penises.
It's good. It's good.
I'm a dog person, although it's bold of me to say that, and I'll tell you why.
All right.
My wife is allergic to cats, so it's unlikely we would ever go out and adopt a cat. But the last thing we expected when we had our third child, Frankie, was that child would turn out to be half cat. And of course, I'm talking about Kitty Cat Frankie.
Kitty Cat Frankie.
Kitty Cat Frankie, half cat 6-year-old.
Right.
And it turns out that that's because my wife, Teresa, is herself a kitty cat.
Oh.
We had been together 20 years before I found this out. Frankie's the one who let me know. And so it was very exciting, very big news in our family. So for me, it's sort of a cultural adjustment.
Right.
You know, it's like going on Understand Your Roots or with Henry Louis Gates or whatever that's called. Finding out, and it was big news for my wife as well, who went through
bet she
her
didn't
whole
even
life.
know. She didn't even know.
So she
Assuming
allergic to
that
her.
she was human. Yeah.
Is she allergic to herself?
I think so. I mean, she sniffles a ton. She's got very itchy skin.
Yeah, that
She
checks out.
moisturizes a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
So how about we do a quick lightning round? You've seen me preview a couple of these, and because
I choose
trying
thunder.
to save them. What's that?
I choose thunder.
You choose thunder. Do a quick lightning round. Based on the suggestions from the comments. And again, if you're watching and you want to comment, you can go to twitch.tv/John Hodgman or the Facebook page, blah, 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 blah. Gin or juice? Gin or juice? Lightning round. Just say it. Say the first thing off the top of your head.
Gin.
Juice.
Juice.
Is this what we're keeping?
This is what you're getting rid of.
Oh, juice.
Getting rid of.
Oh,
Juice.
gin.
Wait, what are we
excuse me.
getting rid of, or what?
No, you're
What
right.
we're keeping.
What we're keeping.
Gin.
Juice.
I lost control.
Jake,
And
toast from
John
here.
Mo.
Juice.
John
The
Mo
answer's
keeps
juice.
Juice. Jay Keith.
Getting rid of juice, keeping gin.
Gin. Jennifer Marmer.
I keep juice.
Juice. That's 2 for juice, 1 for gin. Carrie Poppy.
Keep juice. Gin is gross.
3 for juice, 1 for gin. Jesse Thorne.
Juice, baby.
Oh no. Jay Keith, you and me, we lose
What?
our gin.
Cheers.
All right. We did cats or dogs. So
You have
what
to
about
ask Snoop Dogg, see what he would think.
chips and dip?
Oh, tough.
Oh no.
Okay. I can do it.
All right. This doesn't have to be lightning round, Carrie Poppy. If you want to make an argument for it, it's fine.
Okay, keep dip. You got to keep dip. There's so many things to dip. You want to dip a sandwich. You want to dip. You want to dip a vegetable. You want to dip a chip. Sure, but you get rid of. You just have chips and no dip. What's this for? Why are you even doing it?
That means
Imagine
no.
a world where there's no pico de gallo.
Yeah,
Imagine
or
a world
fondue.
where
Yes,
there's no
thank you.
salsas.
No, I don't want to imagine that world. I would push someone onto the subway.
I think you just want to push someone onto a subway.
Yeah,
Eat
remind me
as
not
much
to
dip
ride
as I
the
can.
metro with Carrie.
Yeah.
Hummus.
So no potato chips, no Fritos, no corn chips, no tortilla chips.
I'm ready.
Nothing. You're
Yeah.
ready
You
to
know what?
go.
Let's
All
do it.
dips.
A lot of these options, a lot of these questions are, I believe, have a bias towards people who eat carbs. So it makes it a lot easier for me.
Mm.
Okay. Well, what do you pick, Jay Keith?
Ah.
Well, they got to keep the dip because I don't eat
Keep
chips.
the dip. Keep the
But
dip.
also, like Carrie was saying, there's so many things that could be considered. What are you going to get rid of fondue? What am I going to do with my set?
John Moe, what do you say?
I'll eat a bowl of chips and I won't think twice, and I'll wave goodbye to the dip. I'm a chips man.
Chips instead
I'm
of
a
dip.
chips man.
Jennifer
Disgusting.
Marmer.
This is so difficult, but I think I have to go with chips. I keep chips.
Dip.
Because like I'll eat
You keep
tortilla
chips.
chips even. I keep chips. Like
Right.
I'll eat tortilla chips without a salsa or any kind of dip.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
good.
I want that salty tortilla chip,
Mm-hmm.
but the thought of not being able to dip it into salsa is so sad. But I still keep chips.
Jesse Thorne, you're the tiebreaker. I'm just going to say you're the tiebreaker.
I'm all dip, baby.
Yes,
I love dips. I'm not afraid to dip pita or carrot sticks,
Yep.
celery as necessary.
Your
And,
finger.
yeah, I would miss
What about
chips to
fun-
some extent. I do like chips about as much as the next guy, maybe a little less, but I love dips.
Is
All
putting
right.
a dip?
That's like we
Just
can still
putting
get
it down.
crunchy tacos and dip those.
I
Thanks,
would.
Carrie.
I guess. You know what? I gotta. It's wild to say. It's wild to say. I can't believe I'm going to give up potato chips in my life because I love potato chips.
Mm.
But I'm going to go dips. I keep the
Hashtag
dips.
team dip.
That's
More
right.
chips for Jennifer and
That's
me.
right.
Yeah.
Keep the dips, no chips. This one's too hard. This one's too hard. This one's too hard. You ready for this one? Bert and Ernie.
Ooh.
I'm
Oh,
not
Bert's
sure exactly how
has
this
a-
would affect your life.
Mm.
as an adult, my enthusiasm for Bert and his beautiful neurodivergence has really grown. Like, I think he is such a wonderful example of being different in the world, being comfortable with yourself, and being a loving friend, family member, and neighbor. That said, he doesn't play trumpet in a bathtub, so I got to go Ernie.
Nope.
As much as I want to collect bottle caps and have pet pigeons.
So I guess the thing here would be, if you pick Ernie, you will never see Bert again in any medium. Even if you watch an old Sesame Street, it's going to be like Garfield without Garfield. It's just going to be Ernie talking to the air.
There'll be no one to get mad at his antics.
You have to pull a lever and watch as Bert or Ernie slides down a greased slide and onto a field of deadly spikes.
No.
And you'll have to know that you did it.
John, I'm gonna step up for Bert, partially because here on the Max Fun Drive, I want everyone to know I host a program called Depression Mode with John Moe, and he's one of very few clinically depressed characters on Sesame Street. So I'm keeping Bert because Bert keeps me real, and I got to stand with him. I think he recognizes the truth about how the world actually is, and Ernie just sees the world as a big joke. And I'm standing with Bert.
I had an AP English teacher once. Shout out to Mr. LaCure. He lived on a boat and was mad he wasn't a famous beat poet. But Mr. LaCure once wrote on one of my AP English teachers, on one of my AP English submissions, one of my homeworks, he wrote that it made him very sad and he feared I would never take anything seriously in life.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's why you need Bert.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to add a couple of other Max Fun friends, including little Janet Varney is over there. And here's a fun cameo. Summertime Fun Time guest bailiff Monty Belmonte is on the chat.
Hello!
Monty just started a new terrestrial radio show at New England Public Radio, having left WRSI The River after many, many years of early morning service. He now works in the afternoon. And the show is called The Fabulous 413, and that is the area code of Western Massachusetts. So thank you for joining us both. And of course, Janet is the host of the JV Club on the Maximum Fun Network. And she and I are going to do a special episode or multi-episode podcast.
Oh, it's multi, baby.
Multi-episode podcast about
you have
the mottos of the states.
Overcommitted yourself this Max Fun Drive.
The mottos of the states. Are we going to do 50 episodes of this thing?
I mean, there'll probably be 50 shorties, but I'm not saying we're not.
50 shorties on the mottos of the states. And I'm going to insist, Janet Varney, the territories.
I would hope. I would certainly hope.
Yeah. Guam, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yes.
We're all, the Marshall Islands? Okay, I don't remember.
You drifted off.
Janet, you played this game a little bit yesterday. Monty, I don't know if you heard the rules. It's a little game called Cassie and Andor. Why not both? Cassie and Andor, the famous space wizard, flies in from Star Wars land and says, you can have a special wish as long as you choose between two things that normally go together, like macaroni and cheese. Instead, make the and an or. You have to pick one to enjoy for the rest of your life and another you can never have again. We're talking about Bert and Ernie. Which one?
We already put them through hell yesterday.
That was yesterday. I know.
You didn't tell them about the third option.
There's no third option. That's the
I
Carrie
think I'm
Poppy.
following
I
the
heard
game.
about your third option.
There's a third option.
You get a special wish if you push someone in front of the subway. Okay.
You get to keep both as long as you push someone on a subway platform.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Time for the game.
Worth it.
Bert or Ernie?
Wait, can I
Monty.
interject something real quick? Question for John, J. Keith, Jennifer, Carrie, and Janet. Why are you not wearing a big cat top? We talked about all wearing big cat tops.
Mine's at the dry cleaner. Ooh.
Okay.
It could be argued that Appa the air bison is sort of a big cat. So
Sure, I'd like to
I
hear
feel
that.
like I'm
Professional
getting honorable
advisor
mention.
Janet Varney, let's hear that argument.
Well, you see, Jesse. I'm at microphone. Haven't been in
Janet's mic is
big
breaking
cat.
up.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
So that's my
Janet
argument.
says, "Well, as a gynecologist on an island."
Well, I'm definitely trying to attract one to its natural habitat, so I'm starting
Fair.
there.
Thank you.
I won't reveal what my shirt is made out of, and I'm just going to.
Oh wow!
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Jesse had one cat on his shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna go get my two cats.
You got your are those jaguars or are those cheetahs? Would you say?
I never know the difference.
Or
One of them
both.
has spots,
Why
and
not
these
both?
have
Those are
spots.
leopards.
Yes, I think it's
leopards.
Jaguar. Which do you get rid of, jaguars or cheetahs in your life? Not in the world.
Cheetahs never win, and Jaguars are nice cars, so I'm gonna get rid of cheetahs.
I had to get rid of my Jaguar because the air shocks were too expensive to repair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of Ernie. I love Bert. I think I always have. I've related to his weirdness. He can take off his nose. How congested he sounds when his nose is off is hilarious to me. Bottle caps, pigeons, everything about Bert I love. And Ernie and his relentless enthusiasm is inspirational, but can be a bit much.
He's an annoyance, is what he is. Correct.
Sometimes.
Cake and
I feel
ice
like,
cream.
John, I'm sorry. I feel like having alluded to the Jaguar I used to drive, I just have to clarify. It was a very used Jaguar that I sometimes I still get angry letters.
Yeah.
They were going to put that Jaguar down. It was at a shelter. They were going to put it down.
Yeah.
He said, I'll drive this hunk of junk.
I'm sorry. I think we're all surprised that Jesse didn't say Jaguar.
Jaguar.
No one said Jaguar. That's good.
I want to shout out my husband Shane, who I think is watching from the other room. He heard the cat shirt conversation, came rushing into the bedroom. I thought he needed something for the baby because she's sharing a room with us right now. No, he just wanted to give me the baby's pants that have.
I love that he came rushing in.
Baby's
I know.
pants.
He's like, I have the perfect thing. So
I
now
think
I'm wearing a cat.
Is that I feel like that's a badger, maybe, or a Fisher cat.
No, it's a lion.
Oh,
it
it's a
came in
lion.
a set. Oh, the mirror. What? I can't do this backwards. It's a lion. It has a matching shirt with lions on it. I actually got it for our first child, and we kept it for our second child.
You know,
anyway.
I know that you got two children in that house. One of them's a baby. I don't know what else is in that house, but the real question is, before the end of this, what else is Shane going to drop on top of you?
Good question.
All right, here we go. I want a
Don't ask
one-word.
any questions about anvils.
Right. I want a one-word or two-word answer only. No explanations. Just gut reaction. 1 or 2 word. Cake or ice cream.
Which do you keep?
Which you keep. What do you keep? What's better?
Ice cream.
J. Keith.
Ice cream. No contest.
J. Marms.
Ice cream.
C. Pop.
Cake.
J. Tho.
Ice cream.
J. Var.
Harry, can I fire you or no?
Now it's a worker-owned co-op.
Yeah, not
We
anymore.
have to ask the board.
Get ready to fire somebody else because I'm picking Cake.
I should never have said to let them eat cake.
From your
Mr.
Jaguar.
Yeah, while riding atop your giant Jaguar. M. Monts.
Ice cream.
Ice cream is ice cream is the correct answer. Sorry.
No, it's
everybody.
not.
Some of us know that we would still have frozen yogurt, so we're fine.
I don't know how to answer
Are
this one.
you?
How dare you?
Oh yes.
Frozen yogurt.
I like a sour creamy dessert.
I just love cake. Cake is so good. It's like bread, but it's sweet.
Yeah.
You
Tell
can't
us
do better
more
than
about
that.
this cake.
So good. You gotta try it.
Are you sure
Clearly
you're not
none
thinking
you
of
have had it
sweetbread?
besides Janet.
I love sweetbreads.
Sweetbread.
I take them over cake.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
yeah.
ice-
Is cornbread a cake? Oh,
You're really
let's
going to
not
go
do
through
this.
life without
Bread.
ice cream, Carrie Poppy? No ice cream ever?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
a,
I mean,
wait,
wait.
wait a minute.
Wait a
Minute.
minute.
Don't
Wait
you
a minute.
dare
Subway
say ice
thing
cream
on the
cake.
table.
Wait a minute. You
Uh-oh.
don't- What's that?
Get ready to
Subway
get killed
thing
on the subway.
table?
Yeah.
What's on the table?
The Subway thing. Is that an option?
No, no longer. That option.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You have to kill
then,
Ben or Jerry in the subway, though. You have to choose which one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, ice cream's good. It's just it's not as good.
Yeah. And if you're not, and you don't eat dairy anyway, so it's
yeah.
probably,
But there's a million vegan ice creams. I eat them.
Yeah. Not
and
anymore.
a million vegan cakes.
Hawaii.
No,
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Oh, Hawaii is a state, Jason. This is one that I love. I don't know how we could possibly answer it, but I just love it so much. Thank you to Anya 5. Crate or barrel?
Crate. Easy answer. Crate.
Bed, bath.
Right away.
Oh, Monty, trust me, we're on that one too.
Beyond. We all agree on Beyond.
Beyond.
Yeah, Beyond.
We're intrepid
quickly
explorers.
said crate.
Wait a minute, you're choosing Beyond over a bed and a bath?
Yes, Beyond is everything else in the world.
I know,
Absolutely.
but where are we going
cream,
to sleep?
cats.
Where are we going to poop?
All right, look, we're going to come back to that. We need to settle crate and
I don't
barrel
poop in the
first.
bath, Jennifer Marber.
I'm going to
Because-
poop in my barrel.
I poop in someone else's bath.
Does anyone pick crate?
Yes, we just
Yeah, I
had
picked crate.
7 people pick crate.
I'm
Crate.
picking barrel.
Barrel, baby.
Wait,
Barrel.
No.
Why would you
Oil.
want
No, no, no.
crate?
Harry
no,
Poppy and
no.
I
If
are
you're
of the
broke-
Not
same mind.
efficient storage.
If
no,
you
need to
need to ride over
no,
some
too round in the
waterfalls,
middle.
if you're poor in the 1920s,
Yeah,
you
you
need a
get to
barrel.
wear it with suspenders. I would think that a menswear expert.
What are our
like
poor
Jesse
Coopers going to make?
That's,
That's right. Exactly. You put a bunch of Coop. Anyway, I picked barrel, obviously.
Think
But
of the Coopers.
Now look, let's go back. Let's go back to this one because this one I think is really interesting.
Carrie does all.
And I just want to
the
remind
big
everybody
triangles
who's
and a pile
watching.
of straw.
These are all MaxFun hosts, producers, and an occasional summertime bailiffs. I'll leave it up to you to figure out who's who. We all love maximum fun. We all have a good time together. We're part of a community of podcasters and podcast makers and podcast talents who are very lucky to be part of the Maximum Fun Network, which, as you know, is creator-owned, employee-owned, and, as always, audience-supported. And I there's a call to action down the bottom, which is go to MaximumFun.org/join. I agree, but I also would say go out into the world and share a Maximum Fun podcast this week and let them know what we're all about. It could be Depression Mode or Sleeping with Celebrities or Go Fact Yourself or Oh No, Ross and Carrie or the JV Club. Sorry, Monty. Or, also send them to the Fabulous 413. It's not going to help us any, but it's a good show. Bullseye, obviously. Jordan, Jesse, Go, Judge John Hodgman. Spread the word if you don't mind. #MaxFunDrive. So, but send the podcasts. Like, send links to the podcasts and say, this podcast is something I really love. I don't... Mom, dad, bro, ex-roommate, nemesis, archenemy,
Vegan ice cream maker.
Yeah,
Subway operator.
Yeah, barrel maker, aka Cooper.
Cooper.
Sterling Ad Agency. Sterling Hayden, the dead actor.
The Hayden Telescope.
Hayden Telescope. Trombone Shorty. Whoever it might be. That's the most telescopy musical instrument I could think of. Whoever it might be, send them. Like, this is a good network, and they're doing a good thing. And you will enjoy this podcast. And if you send them this week's episode or last week's episode, then they're going to get the call to action there as well. So spread the word if you don't mind. Now, look, here we go. This is what I'm going to say about this. Old Get Your Pets pal Lisa and Max Fun, boat party. A passenger, like Max Funster, longtime Max Funster out here on the East Coast, Jesse Thorne. Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know exactly what Lisa's intentions were, but what I'm going to say about is this. Here's the choice. Beyond doesn't mean everything that is not bed and bath. Beyond means
Everyone lean back.
Game changer.
Beyond means an actual afterlife for you.
Well, that makes it much more challenging to choose.
An actual afterlife for you. Plus
alone.
No,
Just
you also get a big wish. Remember, for your choice.
This sounds like an F, Mary, kill kind of a scenario we might be headed towards.
Or an F. Murray Abraham.
Same diff.
Salieri or Mozart?
Jay Keith, you design games. Can you come up with a parlor game called F. Murray Abraham?
On it.
Okay.
There's a lot. You could already feel there's a logic to it, like that.
Yeah,
there
there's
are
the game
rules
there.
for that I like. Yeah,
Obviously, you got to credit or John. I mean, I don't need to take your.
Have
idea
me on the show to
you,
play
John.
F. Murray Abraham, please, Jay Keith.
All right, I might just modify the F. Lee Bailey game we already have.
No, I need a no.
You need some fresh. You need some fresh.
You
Murray.
can't pawn off an old game on one of the greatest actors of his generation. And
no, you're right.
mine.
You're right. Do you know that I took I started using the J in Jay Keith because of F. Murray Abraham?
Really?
There's a fun fact that. Oh, okay. He was on. He had just won the Academy Award, and he was on the Tonight Show, I believe, the next night.
Yes.
And he came on all proud, and he may have even had his Oscar. You could tell. And then Johnny Carson said, "How you doing, F?" And you could just see the soul escape. And I thought, if I'm going to do the Jay Keith, I'm going to make sure that people say the full thing and not that, because I don't want to end up in that kind of a situation. I don't want to end up as some sort of Oscar-winning actor on the Johnny Carson show.
What a nightmare.
You know, the F stands for furry.
Furry Murray.
Furry Murray Abraham.
I'm kidding.
Not the most popular Ben and Jerry's flavor. Furry Murray was not.
That's great.
All right. We've been dancing around this long enough.
Okay.
You have a big wish. Your big wish could be whatever beautiful afterlife that I get out of this, I grant to everyone else in the world. So that they suffer on this earth, then they will all. But, like there might, I don't know. I'm agnostic. I don't know what happens. But this is guaranteed pleasant afterlife for you. Or you get to have a bed and a bathroom.
Or.
Well, no,
So
is it bed
you can't
or
sleep
bath
on a bed.
or beyond? Or
It's
is
bed,
it
bath, or beyond.
That
Yeah.
But it's a tub.
absolutely
It's
means
not
you have
the
to sleep
entire
in a tub.
bathroom.
It's
You
bed.
have to sleep in that tub.
I guess
Your
I guess
bed.
it means all right. I guess I'm going to be fair here because it's not bathroom. It's bed, bath. If we're going to be you can never sleep in a bed again. And you can never take a bath again. You can shower and you can use a toilet.
Okay.
But guaranteed afterlife. Guaranteed afterlife. And it's universal afterlife. I don't want to make you you know what I mean? Like that it exists, which unless you're one of Carrie Poppy's walk-ins or whatever, there is no certainty in this earth or in this universe. You know that it exists. You are going to be okay. And it's going to be great. And this is guaranteed. It's going to be exactly what you wanted. Okay. But you can never sleep in a bed or take a bath. Are we all clear on that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Painfully.
Okay. Geez, I'm sorry. Keep it moving, apparently.
Would I be soiled permanently, or could I wash myself in the river?
You can
He
take
said
a
you can
shower.
take a shower.
Take a
Oh,
shower.
I can shower.
You can also take a dust bath. You can roll
Like
around
a
in
hamster?
Like a dirt nap.
hamster. Yeah.
Could I do other hamster stuff? Would my teeth ever stop growing, for example?
Yeah. No, you could take a shower. You could take a swim. You could roll around in the dust. So
That's pretty easy.
we'll start with Monty. We'll go counterclockwise around the horn. Monty, bed, bath, or beyond. One word only, please.
If I could have a
two or one
wish,
word.
it would be that I didn't ever have to sleep. I'm like a toddler where I every time I go to bed, I'm like, I can't believe that this is part of the human experience. So it is not bed.
A great way to use your wish that you get out of this.
If I can shower, I shower all the time, but I take baths also kind of like if I've been wounded and I need to have an Epsom salt bath because I've been injured. So I can also live without baths and showers. So
What the hell is happening in terrestrial radio? Come over here to
It's a rough
podcast. We're
time,
not-
man. They had all those layoffs.
We're not getting stabbed as often or whatever.
I choose the beyond.
Choose beyond. Janet Varney.
Beyond me.
Yeah. Jesse Thorne.
Yeah, I think beyond.
Beyond. It's got to be. Carrie Poppy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wish. Beyond. I mean, you forced the choice.
I know, but it's going to make doing your podcast about investigating and debunking spiritual
We're
con
gonna get
artists.
a Nobel Prize. I'm like the only person who knows about heaven and can really talk about it. Slam dunk.
Would you become one of the people that you currently investigate? Like
No, it would.
A proselytizer?
Yeah, but I'd be right. So no problem.
Fantastic. Jennifer Marmer.
I gotta say Beyond, as much as I deeply love a nice bath, but Beyond.
Yeah. And what would you sleep on instead of a bed? Right? Mat on the floor.
Mat. Yeah.
Can't be a cot.
Couch.
Couch.
Ooh.
More people horizontal to be lying vertically.
No, futon's too close to a bed.
Wait, you want a bed? Janet, you want a bed of people?
Couch is on the bubble. You want a bed of people? Human furniture?
Yeah. I'm going to sleep on 4 people who are lying perpendicular to me.
They've all been killed by a subway train.
Skin bed, they call them.
They're
alive.
Couch is on the bubble. You can't sleep. You got to sleep on the floor. You can sleep in a hammock.
Don't try that. It's a nightmare.
I feel like that would make me feel motion sick.
Well, what would you sleep on then? A mat on the floor?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Get used to it after a while.
It can't be
Like
a
millions of
mattress.
other people in the world.
Jay Keith?
This is so obvious. It's bed.
You get bed and bath. You get
How
bed
can
and
you
bath.
enjoy the Beyond if you can't have a good night's sleep while you're here?
You can enjoy the Beyond forever.
Nah, I'm good.
4 years without a bed.
No, I'd rather have a good night's sleep this week than eternal happiness.
John
This week is not guaranteed, Jakey.
All right, tonight.
Marshmallow test.
I'm kind of torn on this because I have 2 shows on Maximum Fun. So obviously for Sleeping with Celebrities, I would choose to keep the bed. But for Depeche Mode, the idea of constant relief for all eternity from all the suffering of man, you know, I've been with Depeche Mode longer, so I'm going with Beyond.
You know what, John? Can I change my answer? I'm going to go with bath.
No, you get bed and bath together. They're a bundle.
Oh, I get both. Oh gosh, this is even easier.
As long as you are willing to continue to live, in the ambiguity of knowing what happens after you die.
Sure, that's how it works,
the likelihood
baby.
that it's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm hedging my bets.
Here comes another existential banger from Lisa. Death or taxes? Here's how it works.
So easy.
If you get rid of taxes,
So easy.
If you get rid of all taxes for you, you and only you are immortal.
Does everyone else still have to pay taxes?
Everyone else still has to pay taxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So society
Unless your wish is there are no taxes for anyone else either.
Wait, don't you have that wrong? Isn't
I
it
might,
if I get
I
rid
might,
of,
but that's what I'm saying.
if I get rid of taxes, I die, and if I'm immortal, I have to pay taxes.
Yeah, maybe that's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
If you get rid of taxes, then you will die. Or you can be immortal and never pay taxes.
Vampire taxes.
No, pay taxes for the rest of your immortality. Your immortal.
You will always what?
You're a tax-paying vampire. I get it.
Right. Now, what about the death tax? Is that effective?
No.
You can never pay taxes and die, or live forever and pay taxes.
Forever and ever.
Well,
got it.
Live forever, pay taxes.
Yeah.
Live forever, pay taxes.
Die.
Wow. Me too, but there's so many people who would say I would never want to be immortal because it would just be boring and terrible after a while.
Well, do you age
let's
as
see.
you're becoming immortal?
You're frozen where you are now.
No.
I can't go younger?
No.
Then death.
Jay Keith, someone in the chat wanted to know about your shirt, by the way. I meant to mention that.
Oh, thank you. I got this in Hawaii. I believe it is called a Hawaiian shirt.
Can you stand up a little bit or give us a little bit more of it?
I don't know. This seems like a perk for the Max Fun Drive.
Yeah, that's right. 22.
I can give it a spin.
Yeah, just give it a spin. Oh, it's very nice.
Ooh, very
In case
nice.
there are any Hawaiian Max Fun members listening, they call it an aloha shirt. Prefer that it not be called a Hawaiian shirt.
And aloha, I did
Nice.
not know that.
Didn't know that either. Interesting.
I used to know that.
The life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. That is the English translation of the Hawaiian state motto. So there you go.
Hodgman, how often do you think we're going to be using the word problematic as we go through the state mottos?
That's an interesting question for those of you who are joining us. Janet Varney, what is your goal? How many new and
we hit
upgrading
it.
members? Oh, we
hit
hit
it, my friend. Yeah, it's happening.
Hooray! That's great.
Congratulations.
It is happening.
So that's fantastic. Another Max Fun Drive success story.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be recording this 50 plus episode podcast about the state mottos. I don't know how many of the state mottos are. I mean, truly. I mean, I just think a lot of them. My prediction is just a lot of them are going to be dull.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Dull.
Massachusetts is problematic. They're trying to change the motto and the state flag right now.
See?
Well,
I feel like
know
a
the
few
state flag is
can't come at us.
Massachusetts state motto.
Good luck.
It's something like by the sword we, bring peace.
Ense petit placidam sub libertate quietum. By the sword we seek peace, but peace only under liberty.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then there's like a
sounds
Native
good.
American with a sword over his
Well,
head.
right, but that's in the flag.
Yeah,
all right. But
Weirdly,
we'll get into all of it.
They're trying to change it to women belong in the home, not the workplace.
Yeah, that's good.
Weird.
That's good.
I like it.
Good.
They're trying to change it to America runs on dunk.
God damn it. Monty, I just got to take you out of the stream just for 1 second. I just got to.
Make you get demoted.
Head. You almost blew your hat off. You had to hold your hand onto your
Blew
head.
your top.
I had it. I was coming out of my mouth, Monty. Coming out of my mouth.
Well, on that
note,
I have to go back to my regular job. Anyway.
You don't have to monitor the chat.
Wait a minute.
All you have to do is sit there and just pick your moments. America runs on Duncan. Was
sorry,
joke.
And I'm sorry I have to go now, Hodgman. But good luck on the match.
Wow, big exit.
Co-op.
Yeah.
I appreciate all that. And good luck on the rest of it. I hope to be the Summertime Fun Time guest bailiff again this summer.
Thanks, Monty. We'll see you this summer. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Monty. And guess what? We got someone else. Justin McElroy.
Hi, everybody. Hey, pals. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you from all of the McElroy podcasts? Sawbones, my brother and me.
I'm thrilled. We had a Max Fun Drive themed pizza party this afternoon, and I'm still reaping the whirlwind of being a 42-year-old man that consumed pizza midday rather than using it like I normally do, like a horse tranquilizer to just bring me down. So I'm fighting the good fight here, trying to stay conscious.
Thank you for skipping the nap to which you are so entitled.
Well, I have rehearsal this evening. I'm directing SpongeBob the musical this summer, so I have to stay conscious until at least 8 p.m. Eastern.
With some musical arrangements by Jonathan Colton.
That's the one, and our pals, They Might Be Giants, have a song in there for Squidward, and
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
and is this a licensed production or is this
no? It's bootleg. Renegade? It's called Sponge Robert and His Amazing Wet Adventures.
They bought the script at the swap meet.
Yeah.
Octagonal trousers.
I'm excited to be talking to Justin because he's a really big celebrity to me, not so much for his work as a podcaster, but because my oldest child recently became obsessed with full motion video games from the mid 1990s. And Justin dedicated a significant portion of his life to making videos about full motion video, like your Seventh Guest.
Yes, and your sewer sharks.
We watched a big long one where he played the full motion video reboot of Zork.
Yeah. Is that the one with Kirk Cameron in it?
They may very well be. I was actually impressed by how well acted it was.
They're it's a good time. A lot of them are. Chris Walken is in one that's a cyber futuristic Jack the Ripper. And Chris Walken does the least acting I've ever seen someone do. I've never. Anthony Hopkins talks about he likes his roles in the Thor movies because they're NAR, no acting required.
Yeah.
And I think Chris was required to act, but he just decided
not
against it.
I owned one when I was a kid that I can't remember the name of, but it was like a cyber noir, sort of like Blade Runner that had Edward James Olmos in it. That was like its big appeal was Edward James Olmos briefly appearing in pixelated, garbled form.
420. It's 420 by 680.
James Olmos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Justin, we've been playing a game called Cassie and Andor. Why not both? It's a game that I made up based on the very famous TV show Andor, which is about, as you know, a wish-granting space wizard named Cassian Andor who comes to planet and presents people with hard choices. Mm-hmm. You can have a wish, but you have to choose. My name is Andor. What if we take something like macaroni and cheese, and I present to you, it's now macaroni or cheese. You have to pick one to enjoy for the rest of your life and one to get rid of for the rest of your life. Not eliminate from reality, but just you can't, like if it were cats and dogs, as in Raining Cats and Dogs, and I just want to clarify this again, and you have a cat and a dog like Carrie Poppy, she has to pick one of those to live with and the other one has to be rehomed. Okay. And she found a third way, which is she would push a human into the subway, into the path of a subway train.
That's an alt.
And get to keep both, but you get to wish whatever you want. It can be any world-changing wish, but you got to choose. And we have three that the people in the comments have suggested that are kind of perfect for you and all of us. So I'm going to start with this one.
Okay.
Chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles. For those of us who eat chicken or waffles, it's now chicken or waffles. Either you can never eat waffles again, or you can never eat chicken again.
Okay.
Do you have an answer?
I definitely eat chicken a lot more than waffles, like most people, eh? Like I, right? But when I want a waffle, I really want a waffle, right? When the moment between you ordering a waffle at brunch and knowing how big it's going to be, and knowing that the butter's going to be melting on it, that's an excruciating wait.
Right.
Chicken, I eat a lot, but I very rarely think like, oh, chicken. Like it just doesn't. That's the craving is the same. I feel like if I chose chicken, the desire for waffles would be so overwhelming. Right. Chicken substitutes are coming a long way. You can't substitute a waffle. It's a geometric idea. Right? You can't.
That's true.
It's a physical impossibilty. Is what
I think I'll go waffles.
For people who don't eat meat in this group, has simulacrum chicken come a long way? Is it any good?
I think so. I mean, I legit, if I'm assuming both of these are vegan chicken, vegan waffles, I'm choosing vegan chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Who makes the best brand of vegan chicken?
Or it depends on the what you're using it for. If you're baking it in something, or if you want like nuggets. But Gardein is very good.
Okay.
Beyond is very good.
Okay.
Actually, you know what you should get is the Maximum Fun Cookbook this year. In the back of it, there's a whole chart of my vegan meal replacement options, so that you can veganize your recipe.
That thing made me laugh a lot.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there it is. There's one in there, John Moe. Maybe you can help out, because there's one time. I mean, it's like they're genuine replacements for everyday baking and cooking recipes that carry lists of vegan multiple vegan alternatives, typically. But there was one where Carrie was so funny. You were just like, "Look, I'm just trying to help you."
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
Under the replacements for cream, under the cheapest and easiest, she says Coffee Mate (parentheses). It's not very good.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that one was where you were like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just trying to help.
It was the concept of baking mayo. Because I had set up this whole spreadsheet with all these columns, and one of them was baking, and everything worked for all the columns until I got to mayo, and then I was like, What would I do if I had to bake mayo? I don't know.
Well, I mean, what if you're trying to make a vegan tuna noodle casserole? That's gonna have some. Amazing.
I make a really killer. It's a Jesse Sheehan recipe that does a devil's food cake where like mayo is the base of the cake. It's very delicious. I don't know how I would make that vegan, but
all right.
So I mean, there's lots of vegan mayos. I just haven't tried out baking them because it sounds horrible.
I have a chicken and waffles question for you, John.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
You know, a big part of our show is getting insincere questions from annoying Reddit guy types. Would you say
none? Hey, none taken. None taken.
Would you say that if you cook a chicken breast on a George Foreman grill, it's technically a waffle?
No.
No.
I say any for purposes of this, I say that any food pressed between two nonstick electric heating plates is technically a waffle.
Someone hands you a panini and you're like, oh, this is a killer waffle.
Panini is Italian for waffle.
In this situation, yeah, sure, why not?
But but Jesse, you're a menswear person, or and a clothing person. You know what a waffle knit is. It's a very particular texture. It's an interlacing. So if you said if you did a chicken paillard and you put it into a waffle maker, would that be a chicken waffle? I might say yeah. I might say yes. In fact, I will, just to be a little stinker.
Well, then I got
rhetorical question asked
I don't
and
have to go because
answered.
I have a 2:15 meeting. I'm so offended by your comments.
Jesse,
Everybody,
do you want to say something about
MaxFun.org/join?
Yeah.
We really hope that you love the work that we do and want to pay for it. And the way to do it is by going to MaximumFun.org/join. And I hope everyone trusts that money supports the creator-owned work and the worker-owned business administration of great shows that mean something to you. So MaximumFun.org/join. Bye, gang.
Thank you, Jesse Thorne. Thanks for founding Maximum
Same thing
Fun,
Jesse
by
just
the way.
said. I gotta go too.
Yeah, bye, Jay Keith. Well, I was going to go too, but now I feel like I need to stay on.
Well, if Janet's staying, I'm going to stay.
Just for the value, the added value.
I'll tell
this was
you
a lot
what.
of fun. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, Jay Keith. Everyone listen to Go Fact Yourself.
Thank you.
We're going to do 2 more real quick just in honor of Justin. Dungeons or Dragons? Now, this one is a little tricky. This one really requires some space.
I like it.
There are dungeons in the world currently, and there are bearded dragons, which are a pet that you might see on Get Your Pets if we reach our goal of 2,500 new and upgrading members for the Judge John Hodgman podcast at MaximumFun.org/join. But what I'm talking about here are real dragons.
Oh.
Dungeons.
What do
basically,
dragons eat?
What do dragons eat? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's going to be a key piece for me.
Pretty much vegan chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waffles.
Great.
Waffles, vegan
vegan
chicken and
device,
vegan
too.
waffles. Yeah. Would you get a wish? You get a wish, but you have to. If you pick dungeons, then essentially nothing in the world has changed. If you pick dragons, then dragons exist in the world. There's only one responsible choice. Because you're getting an incredible wish.
And there's only one responsible choice unless you're currently in a dungeon. In which case, that would be pretty primo to be free and able to hunt dragons.
What if you
for
get out
sport.
of the dungeon and right outside the gate?
This dragon is immediately confronted.
Yeah.
Do any of you wish that there were magical mythical creatures in the world for real? And if so, which one do you think would be the least destructive?
Which would interrupt the delicate cycle that we as human beings are already working to destroy if we added some mammoths back in?
Well,
they were never mystical. They were never mystical.
I feel like we've sort of test-driven unicorns by just having the narwhal around, and that works out okay. So
That's fine.
I think we could bring in the unicorn and, teach it to kind of function within our system, and pick up its weight by posing for the covers of notebooks, enough to pay for its own food. I think it could be worked into the economy and the ecosystem. But between Dungeons and Dragons, I'm sticking with Dungeons because I saw a TV show once, and the dragons didn't work out well at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not. They can be dangerous, I suppose. If you could pick one mythical creature, John Moe has said unicorn. You have to pick one mythical creature to exist in real life, and it could also be a cryptid. That is to say, your Bigfoots, your Yetis, your Loch Ness monsters, your Dover demons, your Florida skunk apes,
your booger cats,
your Champy, the lake monster of Lake
your
Champlain.
Mothman,
your Mothman.
Your Mothman.
Pick a cryptid.
Mothman.
It becomes real, and there's got to be enough that it can breed and continue its population. And they're going to be part of real life now. And you're going to be so excited to hear that there exists. What would it be?
I rescind the unicorn in favor of Bigfoot. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. It is, as I've spoken about on my show Depression Mode many times, it is my my go-to place when the depression is mounting up on me is Bigfoot videos on YouTube.
Whoa.
Always make me feel better. And if there were more Bigfoots, then it would be like puppy videos. Like you could see the Bigfoots cavorting in the fields and the baby Bigfoots. And I think the world would, it's a cure for depression. It would make all depression go away. I'm going Big Feet.
Okay,
Big feet.
Anybody got a better one than Bigfoot? That's a strong argument for Bigfoot.
Yeah. I would go Mothman because Mothman is one of the West Virginia specific cryptids, and I feel like we could use the tourism bucks. So if all of a sudden you got to come to West Virginia to see cryptids, then I'm into that. It's good for everyone.
I bet if there were Bigfoots though, there'd be some in West Virginia for sure.
Yeah, but the branding is key, right? Other places would lay claim. They would probably come and take some of the Bigfoots over to where, I don't know, they would try to repopulate them nationwide.
Right. No, I'm imagining that the Bigfoots would immediately become a problem. They would.
They all would. Yeah, for sure.
I think that they would.
If you encourage them, yeah.
I think that they would do it like crazy, and there would be so many of them all over the place. It's a problem.
Look at them. How could they not?
You know what I mean?
Wildly attracted to one another.
Like, what if Bigfoots? What if there were as many Bigfoots as there were raccoons? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they weren't destructive, but they were mischievous like raccoons, where they're like digging through your garbage.
Find them in your garbage at night, and you shine the flashlight on them, and they don't move.
Exactly.
So they get caught in vending machines.
I've told this story before. We live on the ground floor in New York City, and we have a sliding door that opens onto a little patch of garden in the middle of an alley. And one night, my wife, who's a whole human being in her own right, and I were playing Scrabble, and we had the door open, and the screen door was closed, and we heard the screen door go. And I looked over. There was a raccoon had opened it.
Yeah.
Poked its head into our apartment, looked around. Looked me in the eyes and said, "I just want you to know I could kill you at any time."
Yeah.
And then left.
Love them.
And then left.
Love them.
All right. Let's do one more, and then we'll let you go. What will it be? Taking away. Oh, we did Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think this one's fair. No, I don't think we should do that one. Maybe that's it. My brother. Yeah, that's
me for the record. If we're lightning rounding, I shall
in the private chat. There's been some more pitches here.
Okay. All right. What have you seen, Carrie, that you like? Are you watching this?
Yeah. Pants and belt.
Pants.
Johnson and Johnson. Profit and loss. Bacon and eggs. Benson and Hedges. Rogers or Hammerstein.
Benson's and Hedges.
Yes. Rogers or Hammerstein. Sleepless or Seattle. Sex or the City. Checks or balances.
Okay. Let's Sleepless or Seattle. All right, here's the deal. If you have insomnia, guess what? You get a perfect night's sleep every night. But you can never ever go to Seattle. I'm not talking about eradicating.
Not eliminating.
Seattle.
Okay, you're not eliminating.
Everyone in Seattle's going to be fine. You just can't ever go there again. But you would have perfect sleep every night. Anyone want to make an argument for
No.
keeping Seattle in their lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't need to make an argument, but I for sure would choose keeping Seattle. I love Seattle.
You love Seattle? Okay.
I don't have
So you'd
that.
have crippling insomnia to keep Seattle.
Nobody said I had to switch and have crippling insomnia. I was told I could be guaranteed I would never have insomnia if I couldn't see Seattle again. I'm going to assume I have the same quality of sleep I have now and can go to Seattle, and I'm okay.
Tricky.
Of all my many problems, sleeplessness doesn't tend to be it. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have sleepless nights. I do. But like I can live with things the way they are.
John, I'm going to vote here because I'm from Seattle. I've owned property. I've owned a home in Seattle. I have my mother and my sister both live in Seattle.
Way to keep it relatable, by the way, John Moe.
But I've had insomnia also, and I will choose a good night's sleep and never fucking go to Seattle again.
Justin McElroy, do you have an opinion on this? Do you sleep well? Do you sleep well, Justin?
I sleep
McElroy?
fine. You know, I have kids, so I don't sleep enough, but I do okay. I would probably get rid of Seattle just because I think it'd be amazing. Yeah, just ditch Seattle.
Again, we do not need to eliminate Seattle's existence.
Just go through with it.
Imagine if Frasier is set, the Frasier reboot is set in like a blasted wasteland of what used to be Seattle. It's just stacks of cars and Niles has his own like road biker gang.
Obviously overrun with Bigfoots too.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They've
Pearl
moved in.
Jams.
There's not, yeah, exactly.
Bigfoots are going to be who are calling in with problems, right? I mean,
I think I am Legend. I am Legend type movie in a completely abandoned Seattle full
Janet,
of slow moving raccoon like Bigfoots.
If you're saying post-apocalyptic Bigfoot cops, stop selling. HBO is already on the phone.
I am, friend.
They are.
I am.
They are ready. We're going straight to series.
I love it.
Yeah,
so much.
I like my time. All right, here's this is gonna be the last one. This is gonna be the last one because we're coming up on 5:30 on the East Coast. This is the one that I can remember. It's not Benson and Hedges. I'll pick Hedges. What if that guy turned out to be a Nazi though? I don't know. I don't know who they are.
They're a cigarette company.
I know, but they're named after. Believe me, I know. So they're named after somebody.
George Benson.
George Benson. Yeah. Benson from the TV show Benson, and the concept of hedges. That's what his name.
Benson, the TV show, featured in the episode that you were in of Poker Face, John.
Oh,
Hodgman.
that's right.
I just watched that one.
That's what I was in Poker Face. Benson, of course, starring the great Renee Auberjonois. Sex or the City.
You could live in the country.
Just a city.
I don't know, the city that is most meaningful to you. Maybe you
That's
don't live in it. If you don't live in it, I mean, I think we all live in cities. Huntington's a city, right, Justin? It's not a township. It's not a town.
It's a city. Yeah, it's a city.
Small.
It's
Small
a
city?
small city, but it's a city. Yeah.
Right.
So
We're very
to-
proud of that. We
yeah.
trade back and forth with Barbersville as to who is a village of who. So yeah, we're currently the city to Barbersville.
What I'm
Village.
hearing is we are all going to have to move out to the country, and all the Bigfoots are going to be having all kinds of sex
Sexy
in all the
Bigfoots.
cities.
Yeah.
On
and
our behalf.
Maybe us too.
Sex in the Bigfoot City.
Yeah.
Again, straight to series.
Yeah, if
I
you're
know.
saying sexy Bigfoot cops, come on.
Justin, and I know we can offline about this, but you agree that at one point one of them will have to go undercover, and that means shaving their body.
They're gonna have to go undercover
what's
to go undercovers because they're so sexy. They're gonna have to seduce humans.
Oh, something just turned into a Showtime 80s show.
Yeah, this is
Right.
great.
What we have here is some incredible IP, but what we also have here are some incredible people. That's what IP stands for, incredible people.
Wow.
Sticking the landing. Oh my.
Well played, John Hodge.
Their,
Oh.
their names are John Moe, the host of Depression Mode, and Sleeping with Celebrities. Jennifer Marmer are currently on parental leave. Our super producer for Judge John Hodgman podcast.
Trying to show you a baby hand.
Oh, trying to show me a baby hand. Her husband drops things on her all the time. It's soft things like dogs and baby pants and babies. Right now we have Valerie Moffat filling in for you. No one can fill your shoes, but Valerie's doing an amazing job, an incredibly talented person, and we thank her for it. She's one of the many owner, soon-to-be owner employees of the cooperative that is Maximum Fun. Your memberships pay for not just the salaries of people like Jennifer Marmer and Valerie Moffat and all of our respective producers and editors and support staff at Maximum Fun, but also their benefits and their sick leave and their parental leaves. You know, a lot of podcasts just hire freelancers to do this kind of thing. And there's no shame in being a freelance podcast editor or whatever. But Maximum Fun makes it a point to not just pay their employees a real wage with real benefits, but also their interns as well. And that's where the money goes when you go to MaximumFun.org/join. It's exactly why we do this every year. Carrie Poppy is the host of Oh No, Ross and Carrie, which is an incredible podcast. And Janet Varney is the host of the JV Club, which is an incredible podcast. And Justin McElroy is the host of 3,700 podcasts, along with his brothers Travis and Griffin, and his dad and his wonderful wife who ran for office this year, which was so incredible. It's Sydney McElroy, Justin's wife, and whole human being in her own right, and a physician who ran for state representative, right?
That's right.
And that was so inspiring to me that Sydney did that. You know, I have a feeling that we're not going to have a space wizard named Cassian Andor come from Star Wars land to grant our wishes. If we want to change this world, we probably have to get up and do a thing.
Yeah.
And while running for office is more important than having a podcast, I would argue.
I'll argue too.
Yeah. It is the
Depends
case.
on the podcast.
That's right. That's true. But, you know, I think that our respective podcasts and all the podcasts on Max Fun are very, very happy to be part of an audience-supported model. And I feel very lucky, and I'm sure you all probably agree with me, that we get to have an audience like the Max Fun audience.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I get lots of letters saying that we keep them company during hard times.
Yeah.
And they and you, the folks in the chat and the listeners, have kept me company during some very hard times. And I think that you know, if you like what you like, it is best to support it the way you ask, or they ask you to. And that's why I'm saying please go to MaximumFun.org/join. And also, you know, if a thing reflects your values, if you value an employee-owned cooperative, if you value audience support, if you value independent media, if you value the fact that we respond to you, the audience, we don't respond to corporate executives. Ooh, I got some stories about some podcasters you know who had a bad executive, and that was not a good fit.
Yeah.
They're not on our network. They're doing okay now, but I'll tell you, it's not easy to be a podcaster for one of those big corporate places, and you might just get canceled for no reason or whatever. We're lucky that we can weather hard times and thin and thick times with you. I mean, I'm into thick times myself. The magazine Thick Times. I don't know. Point is, we couldn't do it without you. We literally could not do it without you. If you don't go to MaximumFun.org/join, show me that baby hand again, Jennifer Marmer. See that baby?
Oh.
That baby's mom is going to lose her job.
Oh God.
Jesus.
No.
She's going to lose her job.
No.
Well, you
Sound
probably
right.
probably go get another
Jennifer
job.
was not made to pick between her children the way I was.
That's exactly right.
John, I've got to drive someone to a Frisbee practice, so I've got to duck out.
Okay, I prefer the term flying disc, but have a great time.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
John Moe, everybody.
Hi, Demo.
And I just want to say before I let you all go that if you're out there listening, obviously, here's the call to action. Go to MaximumFun.org/join. Tell your friends, family, foes, loved ones, liked ones, hated ones, whoever they are, who might enjoy What are you going on, Carrie Poppy? You're
Just
doing
in
the-
case
You see Max Fun Drive? Isn't that
no, the other
it
way
might not-
around.
It's on your face.
There we go.
There it
There we
is.
go.
Now you're there.
Yeah.
There you are. That, my
Wow.
friend.
Yeah. And particularly for this second week, you know, I feel like a lot of you have stepped up, and we're grateful. You've gone to MaximumFun.org/join. You've become a member. You've upgraded your membership. You've helped us reach our goals. We have some stretch goals. You can find all about it. Maybe now's the week to spread the word among the folks in your life who aren't aware of what we're all about. Send them a podcast from the Max Fun Drive. Send them a link to a podcast. My brother and me, or the Adventure Zone, JV Club, Oh No, Ross and Carrie, Jennifer Marmer Wants to Keep Her Job, the podcast. Send them one from this week. Everything will become clear to them once they listen to it. And I'm really counting on you to spread the word. And I will be mispronouncing your names on the internet. If you go to my Instagram, the rules and regulations are there. So
satisfying.
Anything else, everybody? Thank you so much for dropping in. I just wanted to do this again because I had so much fun yesterday. It was great to see Justin. It's great to see your face. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Good to see you, John.
You look terrific. And
good to see everybody.
I learned something.
What is it?
I don't know which one's Bert and which one's Ernie.
Whoa.
Whoa. Waited until
wow, did you hear what she just said?
Carrie Poppy is my BOCO episode this year, and we read each other our teenage journals, and she has some lists of favorites and least favorite things from when she was 17 that it was painful how much I was laughing. With all respect and love, that's my BOCO. We're gonna drop a preview of the BOCO into my JV Club feed, but I was crying with laughter for 90% of the conversation that Carrie and I had as we read our diaries to each other. Carrie put the sandals on her list of all-time favorite things. That's just a little tidbit. Sandals.
Yeah.
And I used the term as a 16-year-old. I used the term "I became mortally aware," which I do not remember writing. And what an idiot!
Wow. So that's bonus content for the JV Club. Apart from the 5,000 episode thing we're going to do on the state mottos.
That's right.
And I'm going to add the state birds. I'm going to add the state birds.
I definitely in the drawings I'm doing for people. When I emailed them, I said, "What we can customize it. You want me to add the state flower, state bird, state tree? I'll throw them all in there."
I love all the state things. Hey, Justin, do you know the state motto of West Virginia? Because I just looked it up.
Mountaineers are always free.
Montani semper liberi. Yeah. All right.
Love it. That one's great.
We'll dig into that one later. And all right, that's all we have to say. MaximumFun.org. Please go there right now. Thank you so much. It was great to see everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for hosting.
Have a great afternoon. Bye.